Hello everyone, my name is Araulu Akintel Martins and I am the creative director of That Ara Girl. I am so excited to welcome you to our very first episode of these conversations that is centered around women sharing their stories and their healing journey. Today I have seated with me a very beautiful lady, Peace. Hello.
Hi, Earth.
First of all, I do want to say thank you so much for, you know, accepting my invitation. I I know that I sort of caught you off guard with that, but I'm grateful to you and I pray that God will honor you as you have honored my invitation. So before we
Amen.
get started, I want to play a little game. I would like for you to tell me three positive things about yourself.
Hmm. Okay. Cheerful. Um. Hmm. That's hard though. I mean, there are positive things, but it's like, which one do I pick? Um. Jovial,
Hmm.
definitely. I think that's the same thing. Cheerful and
And
jovial.
job, yeah.
Um. Easygoing
Okay.
and flexible.
Okay. I was
Yes.
expecting to say peaceful.
Really, I'm peaceful. Very peaceful.
That's not what you said the last time. So, how do you feel being here today?
I feel great actually. Thank you for having me and for thinking about me because I was like, why would she think about me to be on her podcast? But I
Because you're
really
a woman.
appreciate this. I mean, a woman, but it's like there are a lot of women, you know.
I
So
mean, yes.
like you chose me, and I really appreciate this privilege you've given to me.
Oh,
So
okay.
thank you.
Yes. So, to your story, I haven't
Mhm,
heard your story, so
mhm.
I'm really excited to hear it. So, how do you feel? Is this the first time that you will be sharing your story, like
Yes,
publicly?
yes.
Oh, wow, I feel so honored. So, how do you feel sharing your story today?
um, I feel like it's going to help a lot of people out there. It's also being vulnerable and opening up a wound that was there but has now healed. So I hope it's able to help someone else with their wounds, with the healing process, and to let them know they're not the only ones going through what they're going
Oh, thank you. Thank
through.
you. That's the reason why we're recording this. So, tell us, what's your story, please?
I'll say I suffered a lot as a child from maybe self-esteem issues
Mm-hmm.
and lack of confidence, and I know some people don't think about that as a trauma, but that was my trauma. And it took a lot of time to get to the place I am right now. And it was only God that literally got me to this place. So I just want to share that with everyone.
Okay. Self-esteem and low confidence
Mm-hmm.
are basically as a result of something
Mm-hmm.
that happened.
Mm-hmm.
So what exactly happened that,
Mm-hmm.
resulted in you having.
I just, this Nigerian culture of overbeating, in my opinion, not, you can be beat, that's fine. But like, I felt like I was a child that didn't need to be beat to get corrections. So that beating part kind of affected me and wanted me to always be in my space and not want to open up um, or share how I was feeling.
Mm.
So I learned to like cope within myself and be by myself and not be able to stand for myself in public.
Are you an only child?
No.
Oh, you have siblings.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. So if you had to describe the type of family that you grew up in,
Mm-hmm.
how would you describe that?
It was a very loving, functional family. Everything was together. I just feel like I was a prototype as the first child,
Oh, you're
They
the
want to
first.
like get it right.
Oh.
So I was it's not like it was intentional or anything. And I don't believe like to some other child, what I went through was probably like normal.
Mm-hmm.
But maybe because of I'm an emotional child, like I'm more of a child that just speak to me and I'll be fine. But that beating part was literally what affected me.
I know that parents will probably call it discipline. Are
Mm-hmm.
you saying that the disciplined part was, it felt a little too much?
Um, Not too much, but I feel like every child is different,
Mm-hmm.
right? Some child beating is what they need. Some child just sit them down and try to like get into their emotional mind and they'll open up to you.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm one of those children or one of those child who source of expressing themselves is like just communicating or
Mm-hmm.
talking to me rather than beating. Beating was more like a keeping me mute or keeping me shut kind of technique that
Uh,
wasn't healthy for me.
yeah.
So
So
yeah.
would you say it did more harm than good?
I believe it did more harm than good. I
How?
mean,
How so?
I just felt like I couldn't open up or be myself
Mm-hmm.
because of I might have been beaten. So I just like kept shut or I didn't say anything just so I don't get beat or get in trouble.
Mm.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the Nigerian, because we're Nigerian. So let's
Mhm.
talk about the Nigerian parenting skills.
Mhm.
Would you say that the relationship that Nigerian parents have with their children,
Mhm.
would you say it's more like a parent and child relationship or more like a master and servant relationship?
Huh. I think it depends on the family dynamic,
Mm-hmm.
really. For me, it was a parent child, but at some point as well, it was a, it felt like I will only communicate with you through cane, through beating you. So it felt like I couldn't really like express myself to my parent because I was scared of the repercussions.
Mm.
So all I had to do was just stay in or shut myself up, or like, or when you express yourself, it's seen as you being disrespectful, right?
Um,
So like I just had to like stay quiet, and it also affected my um communication with other people because I just didn't feel the need to share what was in my head because that's how I learned to grow.
mm.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I asked if, if it's slave and master, because, with the slave and master relationship, you're not really allowed to express
Mm-hmm.
yourself. You're not allowed to speak up. The moment where you feels like you're speaking, it feels like you're being disrespectful. So that's why I refer to it as a slave
Slave
and
and
master
master.
relationship, because I don't know. I think that because of how our parents grew up, it didn't necessarily feel like they knew how to communicate with children.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't feel like they knew how to parent children. Because I agree with you, not every time and there's this saying that my mom used to say, or Christians say,
Mm-hmm.
it's like spread the
Rod,
rod and spoil
sword,
the
the
child.
child.
So any little thing they're grabbing a rod. And I'm just like, you have to let children growing up now as an adult,
Mm-hmm.
it's like now we're the ones becoming the parents. So we
Yes.
have to be intentional about not repeating those mistakes, like breaking the cycle,
Mm-hmm.
which is really what this is all about. It's about breaking those cycles. So I feel like they didn't allow me, like my mom, she didn't used to let me participate in any like extracurricular activities. It was go straight to
Yes.
school and come back home. The
Mm-hmm.
only club I could join was debating society, good morning panel of keepers or whatever they call it. So it was really like you weren't allowed to have fun, you weren't
Mm-hmm.
allowed to be a child. And yes, I agree with you. That does, have impact on how the children grow up. So my
Yeah.
question is, how would you say that, growing up like that, how did it shape
Shape
you
me.
as an adult now?
Mm-hmm. So learning to like be quiet when you don't have to be is something that definitely affected me, especially when I moved to America. Like here, you have to stand up for yourself, or
Mm-hmm.
like nobody's going to respect you. So like having to unlearn being quiet and actually like opening up your mouth to speak or say something or something that was very hard,
Mm-hmm.
particularly like first of all, you're already traveling from Nigeria to another country,
Yeah.
different culture, different accents, everything like that, and then not also now knowing how to communicate, it's like all of the odds against you. So I had to unlearn that, particularly in college, because there's sometimes like maybe if a professor scored you wrong or something, like in the normal Nigerian this thing, you just stay quiet because you don't want to like disrespect an adult and
Yeah.
everything. But like having to actually go meet the person and prove that okay, no, you're actually wrong and I'm right
Right.
was something I definitely had to learn. So how has it shaped me? Now I'm like more intentional with like how I communicate with people. I try to actually get them to communicate how they feel because a lot of Nigerians go through the same thing I went through. So in my friendships, I try to like, okay, ask you what exactly is going on. When I ask you how are you doing, and you say fine, I'm like, are you actually fine? Like, tell
Yes.
me what's going on with your life and stuff like that. Just because I want to use that avenue for people to like open up more
Mm-hmm.
and like not just be quiet because that's what we're used to being. That's what we're used to doing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So did you ever have a conversation with your mom? Was it
Mm-hmm.
your mom that used to do
Of
the
course,
beating?
yeah.
Yeah, that's always the
It's
mom.
really
So did you ever have a conversation with
mm-hmm.
your mom? Like, mom, why did you used to beat me a lot
Mm-hmm.
growing up? Did you ever have
Yes,
that
I
conversation?
did.
How did
And
that
she's like,
go?
it's because you have moved to America, you think. I'm like, no, like for real. Like this is something that if I was still in Nigeria, I definitely would have never brought up at all because like I'm scared of the repercussions, right?
Yeah.
But like when I actually came here, I felt like I found my voice. And
Mm-hmm.
like, so I actually brought it up, and she's like, no, because you're now in America, you're thinking like this, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, no, actually, this is something that I've been meaning to say since I was a child, but I didn't have the courage to. So she's like, no, your thinking is just changing because you're now in the Western world. You're not thinking like them and stuff like that. And saying that, ah, they brought me up, they used to beat me. I know that, you know that. Stuff like that. So yeah, I mean, of course, it came from. If I wasn't healed when she said all of those things, of course, that triggered a lot of things.
Mm-hmm.
But I already went through the journey of healing. So when she said that, I was just like, she's just saying this because she doesn't know better. But it's not a big deal. But for other people that are currently going through that, they're going to probably be like, ah, she's demeaning how I feel. So I'm just letting everyone that's going through self confidence issue know that you're not alone.
Mm-hmm.
We're all here dealing with the same thing, and it's going to get better at some point. Just remember you have a voice, and God is always there. When you can't speak to anyone else, you can always speak to God.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you and your mom, are you
Mm-hmm.
guys closer? Do you think you're
Mm-hmm.
closer now as an adult versus when you were kids?
Yes,
Do you think
yes.
that's because you have healed and
Mm-hmm.
well before I assume, do you always do you feel like you always have to be the bigger person in like certain situations that involve
Mm.
the two of you?
Honestly, I feel like
Because
yeah.
I feel like so it seems like we're all living the same
Mhm.
lives. That's why I
Mhm.
asked.
Mhm. I
So
always put it under the guise of she does not know
she doesn't know
better.
better. So it's like,
Yeah.
okay, I know better. I have
Mhm.
to do
Mhm.
differently. And I feel like that over time takes a toll on you
Mm.
because there have been times where I was frustrated and I'm just like, you can't keep behaving like this. Like I'm also a human being.
Yeah.
So would you say that you having to always be the bigger person and you knowing what you know now is a reason why people are closer in your relationship?
Mm. I believe like the reason why I give grace a lot is because of exposure.
Mm,
Like the level of exposure I have now, she probably didn't have it at this age. So when I have to take on the place of being the bigger person, it's not something that I try to think about in a negative light. I try to be positive because I'm like, if she didn't give me this opportunity, or if
mm-hmm,
God did also give me the opportunity to like come to America, for example, I would not be able to get to the place I am now, right?
mm-hmm.
So when she acts like that, I just try to communicate with her and give grace because I'm like, okay, it's okay. You brought me here. So all I can do is forgive. But yes, it does take a toll. I'm not even going to lie. But at the end of the day, when I remember that, okay, I also did things when I was growing up.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, model shit, like you're just being a child. Like now it's my turn to be like,
You're just
she
being an
just being
adult.
you just being an adult, like
I
you
yeah,
said.
yeah. I know what you
Yeah.
mean. I
Mhm.
definitely know what you mean. So you've talked about like what's it called? You spoke about dealing with self-esteem issues and
Mhm.
self-confidence. What would you say like, has helped you be more confident? How have you healed through this? And what are like some practical things that you did
Mm.
that helped you through the process?
Yeah, I listen to a lot of podcasts. I
Okay.
definitely listen to a lot of podcasts. That has helped me see life in a lot of ways that I won't have seen by myself. So I've been exposed to a lot of other things, how people think, the culture here in America, how you're supposed to do some certain things, how you're not supposed to. So that has really helped a lot, definitely. And another thing that has helped with confidence is YouTube. I watch a lot of YouTube
Okay.
videos.
So okay, you listen to podcasts and you
Mhm.
watch YouTube. What are
Mhm.
some of the contents that you watch? Like if you could recommend one
Mhm.
podcast now, which
Mhm.
one would you recommend?
For example, someone I listen to a lot is Mel Robbins.
Oh, I love that
Yes,
woman. I just bought a
yes,
book. My friend
really,
recommended the book.
yes,
What is gosh, the book is somewhere in the house.
yeah.
I think it's called this the Let Them mentality or something
Mhm,
like that.
mhm, mhm.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's
So I feel like she's someone that also like fights for women's rights and empowers women. So I
yeah.
tend to her a lot. For other areas, I tend to the Diary of the CEO and some other things for other
I know that one
areas
too.
as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I see myself listening to a lot of podcasts. Also, I try to get out my comfort zone.
Mm.
I'm so used to not wanting to be seen.
Mm,
So when I find myself in public or like in places I don't know necessarily know people, I try to like say hi, reach out to people.
mm.
I don't like doing that. I'm not even going to lie, but I actually make it like a form of. I'm actually very intentional about it, and I try to like communicate with people and like just say hi, how you doing, how's your day going, and stuff like that because
Yeah.
it's a reminder that okay, this place you were at, but you're coming out of it, so don't stay in that prison. It's
Mm,
something that I actively have to work on. I'm not saying that I am fully healed. There are still some days where I just want to be by myself inside, no one to talk to anybody and stuff like that. But it's something you have to subconsciously continue to like get out of,
mm-hmm.
something that you have to also another thing I do a lot is I try to call people to also like talk to them. I don't
Okay.
know how that has helped me, but when I talk to people, I'm able to express my needs
Mm-hmm.
and tell them how my day genuinely was instead of just putting everything in my head.
Yeah.
So that has helped me also build my confidence level.
Okay.
Definitely.
Has
Mhm.
your Christian life helped you in any way?
Yes, definitely. Oh my goodness, praying. I know like there's a way, the standard way of praying in Nigeria, right? But like me, I can just be in the car and I'm just talking now. You're thinking I'm getting mad or running mad, but I'm talking to God.
I no,
I
I
know.
feel in the
I'm
bathroom. I was in the
like,
shower the other day,
yeah.
and then it was like, "Oh, are you talking to yourself?" I'm like, "No, I'm
No,
having I'm having a
I'm talking to
conversation."
God because like there are some ways that when you're like in Jesus' name, those kind of like normal prayers would not do it. Like
Yes.
I need to actually have to have a conversation like God, this is me right here. Like literally like a best friend, how best friends talk, right?
Mm,
So that has helped a lot because a lot of things that I can't say to people when things happen, I'm able to say to God.
mm. Did you
Yeah.
grow up in a traditional Christian home?
Mhm.
Oh, okay.
Definitely,
So you
I
used to go to
did.
church
We
every
used to go
day.
to church.
How many times
We
a
used to go
week?
to midweek. Girl, maybe three, maybe
I
three times
promise
a
you, we're
week.
all living the same life.
Yes.
So when
People
would
used
you
to do morning devotion every morning
do
at
you
like
know
6 a.m. or
what
5
church what church
a.m.
did you go to?
Let's go for square
Oh,
in
okay.
Nigeria.
I went to
Yeah.
Mountain of Fire.
Mm.
So
You you're on that level.
so I guess my question is when exactly did you like really find God for yourself?
Hmm. I would say for myself about 2 years ago. Yeah, I found it for myself. Of course, I was doing the normal because I was born in a Christian family, right?
Mm-hmm.
I was still used to pray and everything, but I started like wanting to know about God more 2 years ago, wanting to know this person, and also breaking cycles. Like there's a way Christians in Nigeria think, or there's a mentality about God that here you're like, oh my goodness, Christianity is actually it's not easy, but it's not as true as bad as people make it seem,
Yeah.
right? So I'm able to like, okay, for example, praying. Like I felt like in Nigeria there was a way you had to pray, like shouts, break the walls. But here it's like you could just communicate. It's a communication, right? I could just sit down here, talk out loud, and just know that I'm talking to God.
Mm,
So like those are these kind of cycles I had to break. Um, also like even like how you communicate in church with people,
yeah.
right? So like just the difference in culture has literally been something that okay, I pick and choose which ones I want and like merge it to make it
Yeah.
this beautiful, this in harmony.
I know what you mean. I used to have
Yeah.
this friend. We'll pray together, and it would seem like a conversation. And this is how we do. We just
Mhm.
open his eyes and be like, "Oh, Father God, we thank you." And then in like 2, 3, not minutes, maybe
Mhm.
like 30 seconds,
Mhm.
and I'm like, "Is that all?" Because coming from
Mhm.
MFM,
MFM.
I'm like, "Is
Yeah.
that all?" I'm like, "You have to Sherry Mama, Sherry Papa." So it was
Yes.
like, what are you
Yes.
doing? So yes, that's something that I really had to adjust to when I moved here. It's like
Mhm.
Christianity. I think growing up, they made it seem like God was this very, I don't know, maybe like angry somebody
Mm.
that it was like a
Mhm.
dictator. If you don't do what he says, he's going to strike you down immediately.
I know.
So, but coming here to America has helped me like see things differently, religion
Mhm.
differently. I have come to understand that a lot of things is that people just bring tradition and culture into Christianity.
Yes.
It's a lot of biases, and you know, finding God for myself has really helped me. And I also think that listening to finding somebody that I resonate with them
Mm,
also helped. Not
mm-hmm.
just listening to every pastor. So just finding,
Yeah.
and you with the guide of the Holy Spirit, it's like, okay, this is who you should follow. I
Mm-hmm.
think that has also helped. So we've talked about, childhood traumas and
Mm-hmm.
the consequences or the results or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And now I would say, since we're becoming the parents now, what are some cycles that you would be breaking that, I'm not going to, as a parent, I'm not going
Mm-hmm.
to do this. This is what I'm going to, what are some of the cycles that you'll be breaking?
I won't say I'm not going to beat. I'm not even going to lie about that. I'm not going to beat. I'm not saying I'm not going to beat, but at the same time, I feel like I would remember that kids are also humans, and just like how there are some days when you just wake up and you're not really in a good mood. It
Mm-hmm.
happens to children as well.
Yeah.
So I would definitely be an open communicator, um, and try to actually see what's going on. Kids have a hard time expressing themselves already. So imagine then beating them. That's just going to shut them down.
Yes.
So I'll try to actually like create this avenue of friend, not necessarily friendship. Of course, I'm going to be a parent, but at the same time, make them feel safe
Safe enough.
enough to be able to open up when they're going through stuff. Also make them realize that as much as I'm a parent, I'm also a friend,
Yeah.
right? Because a lot of kids here or back home, if you take the wrong step, they've missed it in everything. So try not to take them to the outside public. Keep them. I mean, of course they'll be going out, but like try not to get them to express themselves to people outside,
Mm-hmm.
because I don't know what kind of advice you're going to give, right? So I'm going to create that safe space, that avenue to make you feel like, okay, this is a home filled with love and everything. Definitely going to hang out with my kids a lot. I feel
Yeah.
like I didn't really do like
We didn't go
kid
out, though.
stuff
We
with my
didn't.
parents. Yeah.
Oh gosh, we didn't used to go out. Did
I'm
you guys
thinking
used to go
about
out?
it now. No, I'm like, I don't really think like I don't even think it was amusement parks and all that kids
No,
talk about.
it
I
was
don't
just
think I
church. It was
yeah,
just church.
yeah, yeah. Just church and maybe we used to like go to the village for Christmas. That but
Oh, you went to
that's
the village? Oh
yeah.
no, we didn't
Well
go to
that's
the village.
about it actually. So yeah, definitely create that space to like hang out, have fun.
Mm-hmm.
Um yeah, that's all I have at
Yeah.
the top of my head. Do you have any other ones?
I think for me, one of the things that I would break and be
Mhm.
purposeful about breaking is
Mhm.
not allowing my children be children. I feel like there's this thing my mom used to do.
Mm.
Her default response to things was always no. Mommy, can I do this? No. It
Mm.
was like, I'm like, you didn't even let me finish my question.
Yeah.
Even no. So I think that they didn't allow kids to be kids.
Mhm.
So I don't want to be like a yes ma'am, yes man or yes woman, but like I want to, if I can afford it, if I can give
Mhm.
it to them, why not? Because I feel
Mm.
like parents have this notion of, if you let them be children, or if you say yes too much,
Mhm.
they would not really how would I say it? They have this feeling, or they think it is their job to show their children how cruel life can be. But that's not your job. Your job is
Yeah.
to create a safe space.
Mhm.
Because the world is already wicked. The world is already too much going on. You're
Yeah.
supposed to be a safe space for your children. So I think that's something that I want to be. I want to be a safe space for my children. I want my children that if anything goes wrong, the first thing that comes to their head is, I want
Calling
to call
mom.
mom. I want
Mhm.
to tell mom.
Mhm.
But definitely none of I don't think I'll be beating my children, because I feel like there are other ways
To
to
discipline.
discipline your child.
Yeah.
And I don't think that beating helps. We've seen children that the more you beat them, they'll cry. And
Yeah.
then
They
after
still
they'll
do the
still go
same
back
thing.
and so it doesn't really work, if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
So I think finding other ways to discipline them and also talking to them.
Mhm.
Because if you tell your child, don't do this, I think that sometimes it's also important to explain why they shouldn't do it. It's not
Yeah.
do as I say. How
I
dare you
know.
question me
As far as
kind
I've
of
said
thing.
no, it's no.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I think, be more understanding. And also for me to remember that when I was a child, there
Mhm.
are certain things that my mom did that I didn't like. So I think it's also important that I don't want to repeat that cycle.
Mhm.
I want to remember. I think it's always important for people when they have kids to remember that they too they were also kids, and remember and put themselves in their children's
Mhm.
shoes. And just I know we're adults now, but it's important to remember those things and
Yeah.
how it made us feel, and also be mindful to not make our children feel that way.
So when you say beats, like you're not even going to like, because this is what I mean, like Stop doing that kind of.
No, that's not
Okay,
beating.
okay,
No.
that's what I
When
consider
I'm
it.
talking about with
Okay.
the belt,
Oh
with
no, no, no,
the
I'm not.
like with the
Nah.
what's that thing, that long cane that it,
Yes,
like
yeah, I'm not
those
doing
things
that.
were painful for no reason. And what did
Yeah,
I do?
yeah,
I
I
came home
know.
like
Well,
the
like the littlest
the discipline did
things.
not match the crime.
I
You
agree
think
with
that I killed
you.
somebody. So
Mhm.
yeah, I think for me it's definitely no, no.
Yeah,
It does not, it
yeah.
doesn't work.
Now that I'm thinking, for me, what I was thinking would be to like if you get slapped, you get slapped.
You
That's
can get
beating
slapped.
too.
I'm going
Yeah,
to the
okay,
back
because
of your head,
that's
yes.
beating too in my own
No,
head. But
that's not
like,
business.
okay, yes, yes. When I say I'm not going to be like that, yeah, we're
Yeah,
not doing all that running around the house beating. Mm-mm.
yeah, yeah.
But yeah.
So I mean, I know that we're talking about these experience
Mhm.
and we're laughing about it now,
Mhm.
but there are some people that haven't healed from this, and there's some people that, you know, there's people that don't even talk to their parents anymore because of these type of things. Some people, for them, it runs deeper than what we're
Mhm.
talking about now. So
Mhm.
for those type of people, what would be your um advice
Mm.
advice to them?
For me, I learned that holding on to things wasn't helping me grow to the place I wanted to get to,
Mm-hmm.
and I had to be at peace with everyone to for growth to happen.
I see what you did there.
So
You have to be at peace.
you get it.
Mm-hmm.
So it was like a conscious decision I had to make because there's sometimes when I'll be around family and I wasn't like my happiest. So
Mm-hmm.
I had to consciously work towards that. I had to pray about it,
Mm-hmm.
most especially. And talking to people also helped. Yes, because you have a lot of people that I don't know if people will call it trauma bonding. I don't know, but when you share your story and other people can resonate with it, it's
Mm-hmm.
like okay, at least I know I'm not the only one
Yes.
going through this, right? It gives you that kind of okay, I have a support system or someone I know that okay, when I'm feeling this way, I can go communicate with and they're going to understand. So talking to people definitely helped me. Praying about it helped a lot, and also I literally went into therapy at some point.
Oh, okay, that's
Yeah,
good.
it was a conscious thing. I literally went therapy at some point. I didn't see it through, but at least I tried.
Okay. E for
So
efforts.
E for effort. So that definitely helped. But at the end of the day, I it's also part of growing, having a relationship with God, right? When I think about it, I'm like, have probably done worse to God,
Yeah.
and He has forgiven,
Mm-hmm.
right? And it's forgiveness is not something that's easy, but I
Yes.
had to do it because I wanted to grow, and I had to do it because I wanted to be in a different place in life. And if I was carrying all of these burdens and traumas and everything, I would be too heavy to go to the place I have to get to.
Yes.
So I had to like we have to unload. So yeah, so that was something that I definitely was I had to do, so a conscious thing, and it helps to like talk to people. Definitely, that's all I have to say.
Mm.
Don't talk to the person that did it. Don't talk to your mother
No, I think
because
it's
she will just
important to.
worsen it if you are not healed. I mean, if you are healed, definitely.
I mean,
But
yes, but I feel like because I was talking to somebody last week,
mhm,
and then he said to me that before healing comes reconciliation. I don't know if that's true, but I feel like okay, it does help to have these conversations with these people, especially if there are people that are still in your life, for example, maybe like your parents or
mhm,
something. It does help to have those conversations because from my own story, one thing that I realized is that I think because I was a child, they didn't necessarily see me as a human being. They
mm,
thought that this one's just a baby, she doesn't know
mhm,
anything. But I'm like, children, we know, we are aware.
yes,
So
yes,
I think that it's important to have these conversations with your parents, even if it's not for them, for yourself, to help you not necessarily get closure, but to help you also understand certain things and also to help them understand the type of consequences that their behavior had on you. To help them understand that this is what you did, or this is completely your fault.
mhm,
You did this, but I forgive you. Even if you don't want my forgiveness, I forgive you. I'm not forgiving you for you. I'm
mhm,
forgiving you for my own sanity. I forgive you. So I think it's important to have these conversations. And that's one of the beautiful things about being an adult. You see,
mhm.
as I'm an adult now, I take care of myself. It's like you can't beat me, you can't ground me,
That's
you
true.
can't take away my allowance. I
Yeah.
would tell, I'm not necessarily in a disrespectful way,
Mhm.
but I would tell you, obviously, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I'm going to tell you exactly how it happened, how it made me feel. And I know that parents don't like to hear that. They don't like to hear that, oh, I wasn't the
You're
best parent,
wrong.
even if it was true.
Mhm.
A lot of them don't like to take accountability for their actions. They don't like to
Mhm.
apologize. But that's something that I'm having to teach my mom. I feel like
Mm.
I'm reparenting her now. I'm like, ma'am, you can't go about doing life
Yeah.
like this. You have to
Mhm.
change. So I think that's one of the beautiful things about being an adult, really, for me.
Yeah, but it's also like if it's a trigger, you don't want to then like get triggered and it
No,
takes you.
yes,
That's why I said you have to heal.
you have to heal.
Have the conversation, but heal first,
Yes.
and know that you are healed. Because it's like a wound that has a scab over it. If you
Mm-hmm.
peel it off, there's still going to be blood on
Yes,
there.
it's start bleeding again.
Yeah, so make sure that you're healed before you have that conversation.
Mm.
That's
Okay.
what I think, because you don't want to like, because their response will actually affect you if you're not healed. Imagine someone writing off how you felt.
I know I've been mad all
You
over again. Actually, that's
exactly.
so true. I'd be
Yeah.
mad. I'd be like,
I'll be
what are
like,
you
what's wrong
talking
with you?
about?
I'm even trying to give you grace. I hear you're coming to tell me rubbish.
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely get to a place of healing before trying to open up, because it's just take it back to the beginning if you haven't already healed.
Yeah.
So yeah.
That is so true. Well, thank you so much.
Yeah.
So before we end the session, this collection is called The Mercy of God. And
Mm-hmm.
Olua, um, in your own word, what would you say the mercy of God means to you, and what does that look like for you?
Hmm. I believe to have family and friends around me, that has been something that, because talking about this trauma, I was at a place where I didn't even want to be around family and friends, right? So
Mm-hmm.
seeing how God showed me mercy, giving me the heart of forgiveness as well, and helping me not let my trauma weigh me down or pull me down as a person. I feel like is God having mercy on me
Mm-hmm.
and giving me the chance to actually experience what family and friends is like. Because I don't know how people without family are able to like function in life. Like if something is going on, just like okay, after talking to God, just call my brother, mom, what's going on, everything, like what can I do and stuff like that. So like knowing people can't experience this or have this and I have it, it's like okay, God has shown me mercy and I'm able to experience his mercy through my family and friends.
That's beautiful. I'm
Yeah.
glad that your family is your support system because
Mhm.
not a lot of people have
People.
that. So
Mhm.
that's very good. Well, thank you so much for coming on this
Thanks for
show.
having me.
We'll hope to see you again. I don't know when,
Yeah.
but
Soon.
well, thank you everyone for listening, and I hope that something in Peace's story resonates with you. As always, we'll see you next time. Remain blessed. Bye.
Bye.